Brought to you by LaCroix. LaCroix? How do you say it? The second one, LaCroix. I'm saying LaCroix. One moment, please. Hello, check. Welcome one and all to Dynasty Typewriter in downtown Los Angeles or thereabouts. Harmontown is once again in session. Let's bring out the Game Master, Mr. Spencer Crittenden. Oh yeah, Spencer sitting down on his desk couch.
It's a cabinet. It's got drawers on it.
You got a full-on couch. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's more like a love seat.
It's like a fainting couch.
Speaking of love, let's welcome the sexiest seat in town, the mayor of Harmontown, Mr. Dan Harmon.
Oh, damn. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. I have to pick and choose. I had a couple things to talk about, but I got to go in order of importance, or I'll forget the most important thing, which is I looked into why balls hang off the body today, and for years, because I've always known that explanation that you've heard, which is like, oh, it takes like a degree cooler temperature for sperm to be either made or stored. And it's like, what? Like you're telling me they didn't figure out a way. It's just something rang false about it. And I always it was the most scientific explanation. It was there needs to be cooler down there. And I found the thing that makes the most sense about what I learned is that part of the lie is that that's true. The balls are hanging down there for a temperature difference. But the darker, more sinister thing is that it's not necessary. It's not like, it's a deal breaker for the evolution of life. There's no other way to make sperm. It could never happen. Forget about storing them, and oh boy, sperm, they're so delicate, it's such an amazing process, and it needs to be this certain temperature. No, the sperm prefer it. They live longer and use less resources, so it's like a Groupon. It made such I was like that's it. Oh, the sperm they're running the show. They got a lever they're pulling. They're like, let's take it up a notch. Get these balls down here.
There's that one sperm that comes into the ball and goes, is it hot in here? Can I go check? Can I go to the AC and make it a little cooler in here?
That is what they're doing, because when sperm they're such simple organisms, like little ants. I know that's gross to think about ants in your balls, but what they share is that there's no circulatory system. There's nothing. Look, sperm have a longer, more comfortable life in your balls than they would in a cup of soup. And it's because they get heat activated. They know when they are and aren't in a vagina. But if they feel like they're kind of in a vagina, then they'll just be all hustle bustle, and they'll run out of their little lunches that their daddy packed for them. And the sperm can't have that. They want to live all day.
Oh, well, that actually
they're just like us. That's what we are.
That makes sense.
We are sperm.
If they live in a constant body temperature, like 98.6 or whatever, and then they get into a vagina, they're just going to be like they're still in the jacuzzi. Like they're still going to be relaxed and chilling out.
No, but when they get into a vagina, and this is why whenever you've wondered, this is why you can understand why a science class would avoid this semantically. because we're already uncomfortable. We're talking about, well, it knows when it's in a pussy. And it's kind of weird to talk about even in a health class or something, because it's like it's too much. Sex ed, they try to keep everything separate. They're explaining all these things to you about what might happen and definitely shouldn't happen, but why your body's going through changes. Do you have sex ed in school?
Yeah.
And they even if it's a co-ed thing, they kind of they don't, it's like they mention the act, but it's like this idea of the sperm, what you guys need to understand is that you're packing a population of 100 million torpedoes, and they want to be in one place. And once they get there, it's on. That's the part that's uncomfortable, is that when they get kind of heat activated, and then they're like, this is it. I've been waiting my whole life. This is where I'm going to die, here in this desert or whatever. But they will also, the important thing to understand is that they're not, it's not like it's not that they would burst out on their own because they'd get so excited because your balls would be 1 degree warmer. It's just that it's the equivalent of them putting cucumbers on their eyes at night. They're just living longer. They just want to be pretty. They want to be kept in a cooler room.
Self-care.
Because it makes them eat less. Yeah.
Right.
It's like they're doing yoga or whatever. It's anything. It's like they're the sentience. That's the. I heard this thing on NPR about how when you're developing, your first cells are your gametes. I mean, you are a 3D printer that refuses to. The species is like, I'm not going to use toner on a 3D printer that doesn't have a toner, because the whole point is making more shit. And
right.
I imagine for all the things that can go wrong in the womb and during the gestation from blastocyst to viable fetus, we there's a whole room full of us experiencing the glorious variations that can occur throughout that development, many of them totally precluding an active chance at reproduction. But nature is totally willing to lay those bets. But if you were in the womb and it was something fucked with the whole point of it, it probably shuts that down 1,000 times more often. It's not going to waste a penny on you. Your balls, your sperm are down in your balls, wagging the dog of your whole life. They're just at a nice 95 degrees. What a bunch of little dicks.
Am I making this up, or did I overhear someone say that the slight variation in temperature will decide whether it's male or female?
Well, alligators do it that way. The alligators, their eggs, the temperature of them. Look, I've been to Florida. The alligators have that. The temperature determines gender of the eggs. Okay, so I don't get that at all.
Okay, all right.
But it kind of goes to show you, we might overstate the importance of the intricate. That's really shotgunning. That is playing weird fire, isn't it? The alligators have their gender determination plugged into directly into the environment. That seems they're prehistoric. They've been around forever. So probably everything is just kind of an experiment. There's nothing.
Yeah, they take their sperm cell, basically their egg, and they put it in nature, and so nature is alligators' balls.
Yeah. But alligators do have balls.
I'm going to get that tattooed. That's how much I believe in that statement.
Alligators have testes, but they're located on the inside of the alligator, which is a natural place you'd put your testes. But those sperm would have to. They would live to half their age, and they would feel so. Imagine the futility. Imagine being a sperm. I mean, they have a right, to live their full sperm life. How dare we? And there's a muscle. It's something that I made my employees look into this today. When you have a writer's assistant, it just becomes it's so much better than Googling. You feel like you have this legitimacy.
Johnson, I want to report on everything about balls on my desk tomorrow morning.
Look up balls. Look up balls. How come balls are dangling, bro? We're writing an episode about it. Can't sue me. Come on, ladies, talk about balls with your boss. I've learned nothing. That just occurred to me. Yeah.
How come balls are dangling is a great Google search string, I think.
I find you know like I find myself saying this a lot lately when I find myself consistently saying I'll learn something and then I'll go, wow, that's simultaneously uplifting and downtrodden. Like, is that happening to you as you get older? Because it's like you're more tasting the sublime qualities of the universe, and you're kind of like, that's an interesting story, but you don't get as fired up about, did the good guys win or lose? You're just kind of like, there's another one of those stories. And you kind of like start getting off on the equilibrium of it. You're like, man, I don't know who I'm rooting for in that story.
Well, give me a for instance.
Boy, geez, I don't know. For instance, for cry
For cry.
We don't remember nothing on this show.
That's true.
I don't know. I was just curious. It doesn't matter. I got high. Okay, let's